All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We hit 10,000 subscribers again. We want to thank everybody again. Trey, if you want to pull that 10,000 subscribers up, if you guys comment llama on any of our videos up until Super Bowl, you will be entered into winning $1,000 from us. The only catch is, come Super Bowl Sunday, you have to be in the chat to claim the prize. We're going to have a live at halftime. You have to be in the chat to claim the prize, and you have to comment llama on any of the videos up until the Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball, it doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. We also have a new game. It's going to be Trey and myself versus the Bear Pack. You can call it Pros versus Joes if you want. I don't really like the name because I don't consider us pros. I don't consider you guys Joes. But Trey, if you want to go to the YouTube channel, this is how you guys play. You're going to go to our YouTube channel. You're going to hit the community tab. We've been in the community tab a lot this season. You're going to go to the community tab. We have our plays for the day. So obviously the intro is not going to have plays for today, but these are our plays for our next video. It's the Pelicans -2.5, the Heat -5, Quinnipiac -4.5, and Wisconsin -10.5. Those are Trey's and myself's plays. What you guys are going to do is pick which one you think will not hit, meaning you're going to fade us, which is Pros versus Joes, which is the game called, but you guys are going to try to pick which one is not going to hit. If you guys win, you're going to get a point. If we win, we're going to get a point. We're going to run it Friday through Friday every single week. Whichever team has the most wins, so 4-3, 6-2, whatever it is, that person or group will win $50. If the community wins, we're going to do a wheel spin for the community. If we win, I don't know how we're going to get our cheddar, but you guys are just going to have to subscribe, I guess, more. But that's the game. Hopefully everybody understands it. Trey, let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get some NCAA basketball picks and props for Saturday, January 27th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, at the moment, I am 0-0. I gave out Seattle University -6.5 versus Utah Valley. Game tips off pretty late, almost last game of the slate. So we're going to have to stay up late, but I feel like it's going to be worth it, guys. I'm sorry I failed you yesterday. Forgive me.
Yeah, I gave out Wisconsin on the money line against Michigan State, recording 15 minutes before the game starts. So hopefully Wisconsin can get things done on their home floor, and hopefully we can sweep the board. Trey, let's move on to the plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be attacking maybe the best game on the slate. Give me this Princeton going up against Cornell game, and I'm very excited to watch this game. We are going to see a mid-major battle in this game because both teams have a combined record of 29-4. So buckle up and get ready to watch a great game. Princeton, they enter this one with a 15-1 record. They're also 9-5 ATS. And the Tigers, they are 7-1 on the road this season. That is very impressive. And Cornell, they come in this game with a 14-3 record. They're also 7-8 ATS. In the Big Red, they are 6-0 at home this season. So both teams, they do have some great trends. But whenever we look at this matchup historically, it has been dominated by Princeton. They've won 4 out of the last 5 games. They have a plus 15-point differential over that span as well. Give me the road team here in this game. I'm going to be taking Princeton -2.5. The money line's a little bit too juicy, so I expect them to win by more than a bucket and a half. So I love this. I love that we're getting such a low number here because Princeton, they are simply just the better team. They check into this game as the #1 team in the top 25 mid-major poll. In Cornell, they check in at 20, so they're still on the poll, but it's hard to beat the #1 ranking with Princeton. And Princeton, that's earned them the 53rd ranking in KenPom, which is very impressive for a mid-major school to be ranked up that high, which is 57 spots higher than where Cornell finds himself. The only way I feel like Cornell is going to win this game is if they make 15-plus three-pointers. They average 10.4 per game, which is the 11th highest in the country. But thankfully for us, guys, Princeton, they make more. They make 10.6 three-pointers per game, which is the 8th most in the country. And Princeton, their defense is just so much significantly better. Cornell, they allow 12.6 more points per game than Princeton. Princeton's higher scoring, lower defense. So that's just a win-win there. Give me Princeton here, -2.5. #1 mid-major team in the country versus Cornell.
Yeah, Trey, I like the play there. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at Auburn going on the road to face off against Mississippi State. I'm going to take Auburn -2.5 on the road here against Mississippi State. Auburn, they had their biggest game of the year in their last game, but it was also the biggest game of the year for Alabama. I actually took Alabama on the site that we do because Alabama, they played 5 teams now that rank in the top 10, and that was Auburn's first real road test going besides the game in the first one against Baylor. But in this game, Auburn, after a loss, going back on the road, I'm going to back them to win this game by at least 3 points. Mississippi State has been really struggling lately, losing 3 of the last 4 games, not covering the spread in any of those games. And the reason they've been struggling has been the turnovers. And that's not going to be good going up against this Auburn team. Mississippi State, they turn the ball over at an 18.4% rate per possession. And Auburn, they come into this game ranking 52nd in the nation in turnover differential, averaging 14.1 turnovers per contest. Mississippi State's also struggling to score, and that's been a problem for them all season long. They rank 267th in making threes, and Auburn comes into this one ranking top 20 in defensive guarding the perimeter. That's going to be trouble for Mississippi State. I don't know if Mississippi State can keep up with this Auburn team, especially if Auburn's making their threes. And Auburn, they're one of 7 teams this season that rank top 30 in both offensive and defensive efficiency. This is a great Auburn Tigers team, and everybody saw the slip up coming against Alabama. I don't think they lose this game on the road. I'm going to take Auburn minus 2.5. They take care of business here as the play. Trey, let's go to the props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I am 0-0 on the props. I gave out Jalen Tyson over 19.5 points against Stanford. The guy's a walking bucket. I love that we got this number under 20. He's going to get 20-plus, boys.
Yeah, and I've got Tyler Wall to go over 10.5 points for Wisconsin going up against Michigan State. Again, game hasn't started, so hopefully we can go 1-0. Trey, plays for today. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to take us over to PJ Hall. I'm going to take him over his points going up against Duke. I really love this over for Hall in this game. We're going to see him dominate in this one. That's because he's a massive human being, and he is very, very skilled as well. Hall, he checks in this game, averaging 19.7 points per game. That's the 31st highest in the country. And secondly, he just loves playing against Duke. These two teams, they only played once last season. And in that game, Hall, he dropped 26 points. And then in his sophomore year, he averaged 16 points per game against Duke. And with this being his senior year, I expect PJ to want to finish off Duke in the only way he knows how. Dunk face, after post move, after jumper. We're going to see Hall impact this game throughout. And there's really nobody else on Clemson that strikes fear on Duke. So expect the Tigers to kind of play through Hall early and let him eat throughout this game. Hall, he entered this game averaging 18.9 points per game on the road, but I expect him to turn it up a little bit more than that. Give me PJ Hall to go over his points versus Duke.
Yeah, Trey, I like that one there. For my player prop today, it's going to be Antonio Reeves of Kentucky to go over his total points against Arkansas. Not the first time I've given out Antonio Reeves, probably won't be the last time because all this guy does is scores. That's all he does. He's put up 20-plus points in 3 of the last 4 games, and Kentucky as a whole, the entire team, is going to put up a ton of points in this game against Arkansas because they just got embarrassed in their last game. Arkansas defensively, they've been pretty bad this season, and there is not a whole lot of energy left in the Gus Bus for this Arkansas team at home. This game's going to be on the road, and Antonio Reeves, whenever he plays away from home, has been much more effective. He is shooting 7 more times per game on the road and than at home, and he's scoring 22 points per game on the road. And the Razorbacks in the last game against Ole Miss, they were horrible against the guards. They allowed Ole Miss to score 50 of their 77 points from the 3 starting shooting guards in the game. Antonio Reeves is going to have himself a monster day, 20-plus point performance as Kentucky rolls away with this win against Arkansas. Give me Antonio Reeves over his points as the play. Trey, let's go to the play of the day. Let's go to the play of the day, Trey. We gave out Siena plus 9.5. I'm going to have you talk about that because it makes me sick every time I see it.
Yeah, I'm not for sure what happened. This is we got the NBA treatment here in this game. 3 of Siena's best players right before tip-off, but thankfully Iona, their best player, was ruled out. So maybe it's going to tip back way in our favor, we're hoping. But whenever me and Bear saw Siena plus 12.5 at tip-off, we knew something was wrong. But we're sorry about that, guys. But hey, new day, new board. Bear, I'm going to throw 2 plays at you. One's going to be a small school game. One's going to be a big game. And then you can give out some plays that you like as well, and we can kind of go from there. But my small school play, Grand Canyon, minus 6.5 against UT Arlington. Grand Canyon, they're easily one of the best mid-major programs in the country. UT Arlington, they're just nothing to write home about. There's nothing really special about them. So I love that we're getting such a low number with Grand Canyon because I feel like they're just going to roll into that game and roll out of it. And then my big school that I like, it's going to be, it was at the bottom here. Oh, I guess it's not a big school, but I feel like this is a line. Well, I guess the American Conference is kind of a big school. I like Tulane minus 3.5 as well against Charlotte. Those are my 2 plays.
I like Grand Canyon a lot. I like that play.
Mm-hmm.
I like your team against Houston. I was going to write it up on the site. I think they covered the 14.5 against Houston, 15.5 now against Houston. I mean, UCF covered that number. I think Kansas State's better than UCF, and Houston, they have not. I mean, they're a great team defensively, but I don't know if they can. I don't even know if they can score 60 points against Kansas State. So, I think Kansas State's going to be my play of the day. What do you think about that?
I'm pulling out my hammer already, and I just smashed it. My computer's completely broken.
I'm gonna look really quick. That win against BYU is kind of making me scratch my head. I'm not sure.
I know.
I'm not
Hey,
sure.
well, we could always do what we know best and just fade Detroit Mercy.
Yeah, they're 0-21 now, aren't they?
Yeah.
I feel so bad for them. You know what? We're going to take Kansas State because they're coming off a loss as well. So, all right, we'll take Kansas State to cover the big spread. I like it. Let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, 2 small spreads here for me and Bear, but I gave out Princeton -2.5 against Cornell. I'm not scared it's a road game. Princeton, they have shown the ability over the past handful of seasons to go into Cornell and walk out with the win. And this Princeton team is the best team that they've had in a long time. So I love this number. Also going with PJ Hall to go over his points versus Duke. He's going to dominate just what he does against Duke. Let's go.
I'm going to take Auburn. I think it's -2.5 now against Mississippi State. I love them on the road here. They're a great team. It didn't show in the last game against Alabama, but Alabama, like I said, it was their biggest game of the season. So I like Auburn to bounce back in a big way. And then Antonio Reeves, over his points, going to drop 20+ against Arkansas. That's just what he does. He's a great scorer, and Arkansas defensively have been really bad this season. So, guys, it's going to do it for the NCAA Plays and Props for Saturday, January 27th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Look at the leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You can click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,